Hello, and welcome back to my Space News Survival Series. So, in between episodes, I did a little bit of work, not a whole lot. The biggest things I did was in the medical room. I changed the medical room up, I threw some new blocks in. Wow. And then I made a little laboratory back here, just to see how the new blocks works and just see what they look like and just played around with it a little bit. And I also laid out some of the mothership. I did most of it is just armor work, just laying out what things gonna be and stuff. So give a quick tour. I put this little pipe running here and connected it up. Well, it's not actually connected yet, but I made it so I can have an connection point via cargo conveyors to be able to start loading cargo. Well, I ain't gonna actually load cargo into this. I'm gonna be loading, eventually putting hydrogen in the ship so it can fly. I welded up a lot of the armor. Basically, all the areas that it's welded, I know for sure that I'm not gonna change it, minus some stuff that, like the little bots welded. And speaking of the bots, they have been put up, and I'm probably not going to have them out anymore. They've been getting they would just sit and get stuck. It's like I had one of them like floating up against the ceiling for like 20 minutes and he wasn't moving. And it's like I respawned him, he flew into a different area and sat there for another 10 minutes. So I don't know what's going on with that. They will work, but they will sit there forever before they actually do anything. I put a little stealth case in, kind of laying it out how it's going to be. And then I planned out some of the stuff that's going to be behind the symbols, the refineries and stuff like that. I need to change that block. That's the wrong block. So here is going to be a hangar on that side too for a welding ship and a grinding ship, depending on which side. The grinding ship is most likely going to be just be a drone, while the welding ship is going to have a cockpit on it. And I'm doing it separately just so I do like the Swiss knife, but I just don't want a whole lot of subgoods on this ship. So I ain't doing that type of system, so I'm just going to make it into two different ships. And that way I can somewhat use the welding ship as a control thing and to help build and grind stuff down. I'm thinking about maybe making them both drones and building another ship where I fly around and would build from, because that's ultimately what I'm going to need to do, because I don't have a jetpack. And this little section right here is going to be where down thruster is going to sit. And if we come up here, I laid out the hallway for this section. Didn't do much in here besides putting that back down on both sides. And I also did this hallway, with a lot of it ain't welded up. I redid this a little bit. I haven't finished it because I'm probably gonna finish this on camel. But I just made it so I removed all this because I didn't want all this being welded up by the bots when they was working. And I put this in so I can get through without having to put like a armor piece down to get uphill on the backside. That's all that's really for. I also put a turbine on top just so this grid would have power. And I did extend this back a little bit just so I can get the look of it. Now for today's episode, I decided I kind of want to fast track getting this ship operational, or at least get into a state where it's propelling to be operational, I guess, in a sense. I also didn't mention this area right here is going to be the medical room. Over here is going to be kind of like a living quarter, and this is where some of the O2 generation is going to be. And this is just the gap for the thrusters stuff, because it's probably going to have some hydrogen tanks still too. And beyond this point, at least on the top part, is going to be the main power. Below it is going to be the docking port for a small large ship cargo ship. I am kind of all over the place with this opening of this video, but it's all good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay out the floor for this hull, which it's just going to copy this pattern. And did I use? Guess I didn't use that color. Okay. So just run this down the middle. Now I'm stopping right there because I may run this across like I did there on the rails. So right here, this fourth piece is going to be put. Then I need to keep moving to do this. How did I actually, did I loop that off, or did I go all the way to the... I think I took it straight to the end. And like so. Now here. Okay, I don't know. I did have a spot laid out for the middle here. I think this is gonna look better if I do that right down, and then okay, get that laid out. Now I did lay out where stuff's gonna go over here, but I didn't get to doing this side. Which I think this side is just gonna be a basic floor. So we're actually not gonna change the color. Well, actually we are. And I realize I need to go back and do a lot of changing on some of the pieces there because they ain't gonna look right if I don't. We're gonna go ahead and start laying out some of this, maybe. Yeah, we are. We're gonna lay this out. So this is gonna be here, and like so. It's going straight across, except for right there. Oh, that's wrong piece. 2. Okay, so yes. 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna put the curved piece back right here. This will go straight across. And I think that's how far that's gonna come out. I'm gonna slap them 2 in. Same up here. Copy it. This may look a little bit weird, but actually this is not gonna go like that. So over here, so we're gonna go grab the weldle, and we're gonna weld all this up that we currently have placed down. A lot of the armor shaping and a lot of the welding is going to actually happen off camera, but I'm gonna try to do all the important stuff on camera. And I decided that I'm probably gonna dig that wall out eventually once I get to it. I just want to get the core of the ship done before I do the sides of it. Okay, so some of the stuff I am going to have to change, likely, like these. But everything else is looking good, especially these new these new round corridors. I'm really loving them. Now I just need an alien mod. That's all I need. I need a xenomorph mod. This is what these round corridors remind me of. Okay. So, okay, right here. I'm going to do a green L vent. Likewise over here, another L vent. We're actually going to go ahead and grind this out. You know what, actually I may not do that. Because my original plan was going to have a door here. Just to... A door there just to separate the ship a little more. And having a elevator right here would kind of go against that. Because I could put a door here with a plan. Then there's going to be a door here. Then a door here. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this back. we'll come up with another way to supply this hallway with L. Okay, above this is going to have may turn this into a lab, because this was going with the cryos and kind of like a crew quarter, but that's kind of small. But right here, well, actually, I think I will. Well, actually, let's hold off on that, because I was going to put a elephant uphill facing this way, so it'll supply L to this room. But we're going to hold off on that. We are, though, going to go ahead and make them white. We'll put some small oxygen tanks right here. And then we are going to get the medical room. It is on my bar. I don't think it's on my bar anymore. So, for now. I might pass it. So over here, it's going to be these. And then right here is going to be a medical room. Like that. Then over here there's going to be random like desks and stuff like that. Over here we're probably going to put some beds and maybe like a little lounging area maybe. No, I think it'd be better subbed as... I mean, I guess I could just run a pipeline down here and put more carb cans in. Well, not carb cans, but more cryos in. That wouldn't be bad. We'll think on that right now, because that's not what... This room ain't as important as this room is, because this is where my medical room is. So here is going to go the new O2H generators. So done, done. Done. And like this, just pipe all this up real quick. And you know what? I think because it's going to be needing them, and I do kind of want to put them kind of all over the place. We're gonna go and throw some batteries right here. I misplaced that battery. It doesn't know them all. Hill. Hill. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and hook this up to the system. And let's see if I can. Yes, I can. Okay. So connect that. So now I have access to cargo while uphill, so symbols, the refinery just kicked on too. So I can weld these things up. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by this real quick. And this will give me cargo access downhill. I really have two options here. I can start building up and getting the cockpit sorted. Or I can build back and get the refinery, not refinery, the main power room sorted. Of course, with getting the main power room sorted, that will allow me to be able to get this area sorted, because I want to build the docking and the entire ship. I'm going to go down there real quick to the small cargo ship that's going to be sitting back here. Now, I haven't really decided how I want this to be done. What I'm thinking is I'm kind of late. I hit on blocks real quick. So I'm thinking the ship is going to be, it's going to have 5 blocks right here. Then it's going to have a hydrogen engine here, large with tanks behind them. I'm thinking it's going to have one refinery. No, it's going to. No, we ain't gonna put a large refinery on it. We're gonna put a basic refinery on it and a full symbol. And that's what it's gonna have on it. In between these tanks is going to set a docking area for a small ship, for a mining ship, specifically one of the puffins. And it's going to have one large cargo can. Essentially, probably like right here somewhere. And in front of that cargo can is going to be a small cockpit that's going to be interior. So it's going to have basically passageway that goes on each side of the cargo can so I can get back to the back of it. It's going to have a survival kit, not a full med bay on it. And when it's docked, only its main thrusters is going to be active. All its maneuvering thrust is going to be off. But it will have small moving thrusts on the back, so I can turn them large off, and it can fly without through space without having to use that powerful thrusters. Now I'm gonna actually run back over here to where the puffings are, and I'm gonna see something real quick because I think I may have a new idea for that ship's layout. If I use this one, it could work. If I use a small one, it could work for the design. The big one is one block too big for what I have in my mind. Yeah. Unfortunately. So if I use original puffins, it could work. Now there was another option I could do. Instead of using one of these ships, I could build a new mine specifically for it. It will run off of kind of the same setup as these, except it just won't have a cockpit at all. That way I can get it smaller. Because the idea I had is basically on a drop ship, it would have a belly or a top angle on it. So the ship would drop out the back or the top depending on how I build it. Using hangar doors to keep it in. Now alternatively, it could do the same thing except just don't have hangles on it. And basically I'd open an L lock to get into the cockpit, then fly it. Which I'm liking that idea better. And I'm sitting here designing the ship like this ship is in the spot to actually hold that ship right now. Because I'm going to be needing to build a ship with a ton of actual, far more than what it needs in hydrogen tanks. Because it is going to have to supply all my hydrogen for all my ships in space. Luckily that I'm only going to actually go to space with one, possibly two small ships on. That looks horrible. Holy crap. Good thing I'm covering that in a layer of armor ladle. But, wow. I'm too the wrong color, actually. Okay. And basically right here is going to be the control room slash point of entry for the ship. I'm thinking I'm gonna have this ship is going to have the hangar on top. So when it's docked, puffins won't be able to get out. But I'm going to take one of the mining ships up with me. Because our first stop, which I've kind of already decided, the first stop for this ship, and basically a test one, is going to be going to the moon. Because I can get platinum there. So that'll allow me to be able to build more ships. We'll actually have ion. This ship is also planned to have ion on it too, so I don't have to rely on hydrogen the entire time. So let's actually go ahead and, because I do want to start building that ship up, because it's going to probably take a while to get the arming and stuff done right for it. So like everywhere else, because I want actual just pathways going across ship just for redundancy. So right here, like everywhere else, going to have this, and there's going to be another redundancy line going out down the side here. It's just I haven't built it yet because I ain't building past this block on either side, because I want to get the core of the ship done first. Then I'm gonna drill this out, and then finish the ship. Because how I'm designing right now, if I decide to do my original way of building the core ship, then fueling it up and lifting it up, I ain't going to have the thrust capability to lift this thing up. The ship is... Okay, this ship has gone through quite a bit. Gone through a little bit shaping in my head. I was originally thinking, oh, it's going to be a mass ship. I'm probably going to have to cut it into pieces to get it to space. Then, as I start building it, it's like, well, it's probably not going to be as big as I thought it's going to be. But now I'm back to, I'm probably going to have to cut the ship into sections to get it to space. That's also kind of why I'm doing this double armor right here. So I do have room to cut the ship into pieces. It's like right here is another spot. Actually, I kind of got rid of that spot. But yeah, I'll probably end up cutting through the staircase to separate the front and back half. Because this is far easier to replace than this is. I mean, ultimately, I could just build a ship into sections. Like, leave a couple gaps then. But, yeah. Okay. So, I've been building this from the center line here. We're going to actually build this from down here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm gonna take a little quick break from building, and I'm gonna add something right here. So I'm gonna grind this down. And we are putting in a T connection. I think I like that. I'm gonna change this block right here to edge with like how I did down here, but I ain't gonna do it right now. I'm gonna take the ship over here and I'm gonna weld up this new floor that I just put in back here. Okay, this is essentially gonna be the layout for the reactor room. I keep calling it the refinery. I don't know why. Okay, so actually we need to go ahead and plug this. If not, I'm gonna run through these pieces that I already have to an extent. And I'm gonna be replacing this part. Oh, I messed up on something here. I can fix that in a minute though. And I kinda wanna see how this thing sits in this line. I like that. I like that. I wasn't really planning on having it where it completely like covered it. This marks the general landing spot for it. I like that. Okay, so the plan with this is to have a shooter control room, because I am kind of building the ship in the mind that, you know, lore-wise, it has more than just one person controlling it. So basically, you know, right now, basically it would have 3 people. One piloting the ship itself, one be piloting the dropship, and the one right here would be the one that essentially communicates between the pilot of the dropship and this ship, and it also helps with the controls of the ship docking and stuff. Now, I think from this point, so I can build out, that looks horrible. So I can build out, I am putting an armor layer underneath here so that won't be seen. Now, I think I'm going to have to build out the dropship itself. Because before I can progress on the welder ship, I need a dropship built so I can shape the ship around the dropship from this point on. Because I don't want to build this out kind of how I want it, then build a dropship and try to stick it on here and it don't fit right. Now I want the dropship cockpit to sit at this level, essentially. So when you're here, you're looking directly into the cockpit of the dropship. And see, of course, how do I want to attach it? Because I could set it up to, well, it basically puts its nose on this and it merges to. It's going to attach by a merge bar. That I know for sure. So I could have it where it basically noses up to this and merged to it by a block underneath it. Which would probably be the simplest way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it that way. I think I'm gonna have the merge block on its nose. Does it make it easier to connect the ship? You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna block it out, and we'll do this so I can have a pathway to get to the ship where I need to. Go ahead and I'm gonna fall. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and fall. I'm gonna go ahead and build out how I want it. And I'm probably gonna wireframe the entire thing. And then in between episodes I'll probably weld it up. So I'm gonna block out how I want it to be. So I want to use these. And I'm gonna put another block here because this is gonna be the start of the ship. So bridge helm right here. I'll do it like this. Then that's what I want right there. Actually, no. That's what I want. How I'll actually get onto the ship. I'm thinking. I was thinking I have an entrance on both sides, but I think I'm just gonna have an entrance on one side. So it will just be on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna get uphill and build up from the top because I need to plan out some things. So basically the airlock's gonna be right here. Now, how do I actually want to build the airlock? Maybe I need to have the airlock coming off this side instead of the front. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do undecided the rest of the ship, and then I'll figure out how to do the airlock. So, if we put a large, I'm gonna use a normal cargo can here. Use this one. It's gonna be a very small bridge. I think I misplaced that car. Yes, I did. I misplaced it. I want to be able to access it from here. On top, we'll put an inset can on it. Inset connector, maybe. You know what? With the airlock, I could do. I'd actually mean to grind that one away. Okay, what I could do is we'll just remove both of these. And we'll replace. Well, that's the wrong thing. We'll replace this. And then hill. here would be the L lock. Not really leaving myself a whole lot of room, you know, to be totally honest. Not leave myself a lot of room for, like, event controllers and timer blocks. Because I want an event control for the L lock. Probably 2, to be totally honest. Of course, there's another option. I just not go with the L lock on this ship. I can just go make it where when I want out, I depressurize, and when I want in the ship, I pressurize it. Kind of like an idea battle. No. We won't have the. We won't have that deal. Thinking about it. I want to bring a Puff and Noble for reference real quick. Let's see here. Bay. 2. Unlock. Because I'm going to be using the XL model. So if I have it sitting like right here, so it'll sit right here. Not exactly, but essentially, it'll sit right here. So it'll sit right here, and I'll basically walk out and hop in like this. I don't know if that will connect. I know how I can get it to connect. I want to see if I can get that to connect. So let's I'm gonna go ahead and roll that up. Okay, it will connect, but it does push the ship down. So I think I'm gonna have to bring the line down here. And I guess this will also help protect it. So if I... I'm just gonna do that for now. Do this. And again, just that. Then what we're gonna do right here is cargo can. Hydrogen. Hydrogen. Thrustle and thrustle. Down thrust. Okay, this is going to be the cradle for the mining ship to set in now. So what we're going to do right here is O2. think I'm gonna replace this line down here. No, I'll keep that line. I'll keep that line. I'm gonna do is I think right here I'm gonna go ahead and fit two refineries. Now I'll put this here, then O2. Actually, no. I don't have my bar anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. Is the I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna pipe that up. And pipe this up. I'm probably gonna throw in some computers and other stuff here. And I think I'm gonna finishing this in between episodes. I'm gonna get it all welded up and all armored up. And well, I'm gonna get what's here welded up. And I'll catch you guys. Well, I'm gonna go and call this episode. Well, the only thing I'll probably am putting on this is probably downhill underneath. Probably gonna put a hydrogen engines, which I may slap 2 more O2 somewhere. I could possibly fit them in, maybe. I'll replace this, put two more oxygen generators and put hydrogen engines right here, and that will essentially be the fuel source for. It will act as a power and actually, I'm probably gonna replace these 2 blocks right here with batteries. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. What are they gonna do to standard batteries? And let's go ahead talking about it. Might as well just go ahead and finish it out. So right here. O2, and I need the engines. So right here and right there. It needs. I'm gonna slap an ore detector and an antenna on this once I get more armoring done to it. And I'm gonna go ahead and probably call this an episode. And next episode, we will probably start working on the spot this is actually gonna park, along with most likely the back of the ship. I don't know if I'm gonna take a break and build something else. Because I am kind of kind of not weren't able to see how I want the rest of the ship to be built. I know I wanted to build this before I start finishing it. So we at least probably will finish this ship, get its docking set up, and then probably lay out the blocks for the main power for the ship. It's going to have, even though it's really not going to be needing it, it is going to have 2 reactors when it's fully capable of having uranium in it. Because for now, this ship is going to be acting as my mothership. And I say for now because I am going to build stations. And I'm thinking about maybe building a bigger mothership once I get a station available. Which it's probably going to be in orbit of the planet that has uranium. And I may come up with an automation thing for ships to go up and down to bring uranium to the station, so this ship can just dock up with it and snag the uranium. Go ahead and call that an episode. And if you guys think it's worth it, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe. And hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next episode.